ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Good afternoon, friends. A very warm welcome to our Business Opportunity Over Chai. And this special edition, Business Opportunity Over Chai, will help you to understand the greatest business opportunities which the Franchise India specially brings to you. Business Opportunity Over Chai, presented by Management Team of Franchise India, Mr. Gaurav Maria, Chairman at Franchise India Group, and Ms. Sonia Chaudhary, MD at Franchise India Brands Limited. Every day, 12 o'clock, we launch a new brand to explore new business opportunities. Today, we have invited a great brand come from the region of South Africa, Barcelos. Barcelos is a South African restaurant brand known for its unique and flavored grilled chicken dishes. With a focus on providing high quality, healthy, and delicious food, Barcelos has gained popularity both in its home country of South Africa and internationally. Barcelos offers franchising options for individual or business entities interested in joining their brand. To know more about this business opportunity, we have invited the team of Barcelos. But before inviting them over the stage, I would like to hand over the stage to Venus, CEO of Fran Global. Over to you, Venus.
Thank you so much, Harshika, and good afternoon, everyone who is joining from India, and good morning to our brand from South Africa, from Cyprus, and I think from Dubai. So good afternoon and good morning. I'm Venus Parag, and I'm the CEO of Fran Global. Fran Global is an international market entry firm, and we work with international brands and concepts from all across the world and connect them with the right enterprises and partners here in India, in the Middle East, and other parts of the world also. So today, I'm very, very happy and excited to introduce to you for the very first time, Barcelos. Now, our relationship with Barcelos goes long back, and it is over a 30-year-old brand coming out of South Africa and is there in 20 plus countries. They are a category leader in this, and I'm very happy to share that we are Fran Global and Franchise India is their exclusive development partner and master franchises for India in right now. So what we are going to be doing is we'll be sharing with you the Barcelos story, the business, and what we are looking for, and how you can partner as a single unit, multi-unit, and an area development partner. So to share the opportunity, I'm very happy to have Mr. Costa Mazes, who is the founder of the brand. We have Jared, who is the CEO of the brand. Nitin, who is the International Development Director. So welcome, Barcelos team. Very excited to have you and hear from you. We have our chairman, Mr. Gaurav Maria, also, who is up. So welcome, everyone. And Costa, I think we would love to to hear from you as we start the session.
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Costa, you're on mute.
Now, yes. Good morning, Venus. Good morning, everybody. Thanks for the introduction to your team. Gaurav, thank you. Nice to see you again. And the opportunity to do business with you. It's been a great road that we walked together so far. All good future. The future looks good for us. All this came out of very difficult times over the last 3 years, but we are now ready to go. I just want to once again just say thanks to the team, Jared, who leads the team, and obviously Nitin, who's been part of the group for the last 12 years, very, very astute in the Barcelos system, and obviously with Gaurav leading us in India. I foresee a great future ahead We look forward to expanding. We look forward to meeting new partners in the franchise world with you guys there. So thank you once again, and we look forward to the way forward to the future. Thanks, folks.
Thank you, Costa. Gaurav, before I bring in Jared, you want to come in?
Yeah, sure. So thank you, Costa, for joining in today, and it's an honor to have you on this webinar. We at Franchise India and Fran Global are very, very excited to be partner with you. And I say this with because the last few months since I've started talking to you, I've never seen a more passionate entrepreneur than you are. And your eye to detail is exceptional. And so that is a lot to learn for all of us, and take your guidance to build the brand in India. We're very excited and equally committed to make sure that we do a great job, both in terms of creating a phenomenal experience for our customers who walk into the stores. Very, very high, expectations from our franchisees to really go out, not only just make good money, but more importantly, create more value and a long-term sustainable businesses in the market. So I know you have given me the mandate to rebuild the business in India, but more importantly, do it right. So we are not in rush. You're a family-run business. Jared is part of the business, and he's now equally committed. And Nitin, who looks after the international expansion, Nitin obviously comes with the background of understanding India well, because he's Indian, lived in India, worked in different parts of India, and also now in Dubai. So he understands the product, the right offering and structure. So we as a team today are very confident that we have the best brand on table. It suits the palates of Indian market. The product is extremely compelling for saying this, and not that I'm just a partner with this, for after very, very long, I'm launching a brand which I'm really proud of. So great to have you, and thank you very much for trusting us as your partner for Indian market. And so let's get started, and let's friends, ask any questions if you have on the Q&A box. Our team would be happy to take that. I'm personally available for any questions or meetings. There's a lady called Sharbani. She will be organizing any kind of meetings. As I said, we want to really do it right. We want to have passionate, strong partners who also see the same value. Then only we will go ahead in the future partnerships. So thank you very much. Over to you, Venus, for introducing the next panelist.
Thank you so much, Gaurav. Thank you, Costa. I'm glad that both of you are here today as we launch the brand. And as both of you mentioned, what we really want to build in India is a meaningful value creation brand and business. We feel that the brand and both the markets really sort of align with each other. And of course, we will do every possible thing to get to the right partner and the alignment. So as Gaurav mentioned, so this is a live session. And our audience, we request you to communicate with us in real time. And for that, just click on the Q&A box at the bottom of your screen. Tell us which cities you are from, because that's a very important part of development, especially for this brand. So tell us which cities you are from. Are you a existing brand owner, franchise owner, and other questions you might have. So this is a real-time live session, and a panelist here I'm your host for today, so I will try and answer as many questions as possible. And on that note, let's bring Jared in. Jared, welcome, and would love to know a slightly bit more about you, and of course, to know about the brand and present it to the people.
Thank you very much for the introduction, Venus, and thank you for the kind words, Gaurav. Really appreciate it, and really looking forward to relaunching the brand in India with such esteemed partners. And thanks to my dad for the introduction, and thank you for everybody for taking the time to come and learn a little bit more about Barcelos. First off, I'd just like to sort of show you guys a video that introduces you to the Barcelos brand, and then I'll take you through a short presentation to give you a little bit more insight into how the brand operates. And then after that, if anybody has any questions, we'll be happy to answer them for you. Let's see.
You got it, Jared?
Yeah, it's just struggling to get my thing open. Give me a second. And then I remember that you said you have to do something with the sound.
I think so, yes.
Can you guys see my screen now?
Yes.
I don't know what to do with the sound thing. Jeez.
In the heart of South Africa, a flavor was born that would captivate the world. The tantalizing taste of peri-peri. This is the essence of Barcelos, a family-run legacy that has grown into a global sensation. With 140 stores across 14 countries, from Canada to Brazil, the UK, Jordan, and throughout the continent of Africa. Founded in Pretoria, South Africa, 30 years ago by Costa Mazis, and now championed by the next generation, Jared Mazis. Barcelos is a testament to family dedication, excellence, and innovation. For those seeking to venture into the restaurant realm, the challenges are many. Maintaining consistency, scaling operations, and delivering a unique experience. Barcelos offers the solution. India has tasted the Barcelos magic before, and we're returning stronger and more flavorful than ever. With a smaller, fast, casual format, so as to reduce our setup costs and overheads, and therefore increase the ROI, Barcelos has plans to expand to many more outlets and grow into a household name. Using state-of-the-art kitchen systems, we ensure that every dish, in every outlet, consistently meets an excellent standard. Our new model is designed for scalability, backed by comprehensive support. From initial store setup advice to a comprehensive store management operations manual. From a training video library to a store management application, Barcelos will be your guide along your restaurant journey. Imagine being part of this global success story, bringing the unique Barcelos peri-peri experience to new horizons, all while being rooted in a rich family legacy. This is more than an opportunity. It's an invitation to craft a legacy of flavor, innovation, and unmatched success. Join our journey.
So that was the video. All right. So the Barcelos name derives from a legend of the Barcelos cockerel, which comes from a village in Portugal. It's the story of a pilgrim who was passing through the town of Barcelos, and he was wrongfully accused of a crime and sentenced to hang. He was then brought before a judge about to sit down to his roasted dinner, and he said, if this rooster gets up and crows, then I'm an innocent man. And that's exactly what happened. So the pilgrim was freed and the Barcelos legend was born. So over the 30 years that we've been around, since my dad started the company in Pretoria in South Africa, we've grown to 138 stores across the world, as was mentioned in the video. And for those of you who don't know, peri-peri chicken is originally named after pili pili, which is the Swahili word for pepper. And it's a chili from Africa that's become very popular across the world, and is liked in most countries around the world. Why our customers choose us is because we have an outstanding product and we deliver it in a quality way. And we have our amazing range of sauces and marinades is what separates us and makes us different from our competitors. We have our own unique flavors, and this is what Barcelos fans like about us. We're also have a big focus on customer service and making sure our customers feel special and have a good experience when they're in the stores. And we have clean and modern kitchens. We make sure that we have good equipment. We have key pieces of equipment that really make sure that the product comes out well and is and consistent. And the reason to choose us is that we have a wealth of knowledge. My dad started the business Barcelos in '93, but he's been in the restaurant industry since 1981. He's still very much involved in the business. And he has a team of people in South Africa who have, between them have over 100 years of experience in the restaurant industry. So you're taken care of when you work with us. Nitin Mago is an astute leader. He's got 20 years of valuable experience. And as Gaurav said, he started off his restaurant journey in India. So he has a very good experience of the Indian market, and he'll be along with me to guide us through this journey in India. Barcelos has a track record in India. We opened the first store in Khan Market in 2015. And it was very successful. People really enjoyed the product, and we expanded over the course of 5 years to open 10 stores around in and around India in different cities, such as Hyderabad and Kolkata and Jaipur. But unfortunately, due to the pandemic, it became untenable to manage the stores. We had very big format stores with very high rentals, and it was different to the DNA of Barcelos. Internationally, we have a much smaller footprint, which is easier to manage. It's got lower overheads and therefore ends up giving the investor a better ROI. So now that we're coming back into India, we'd like to, go back to our roots, and this is the approach that we think would be good for the country and will allow Barcelos to spread its wings and open a lot more outlets in the future. We recently developed a store management and training application. Reason for this is, as we scale, it's become more and more difficult to make sure that everybody's on the same page with products and making sure that the consistency is there. And by digitizing all of this, we're able to make sure that if you have staff turnover, you're able to make sure that your staff are trained sufficiently and keep the wheels in motion. So our mission is to unite the people of the world around a Barcelos meal. Nothing makes me more excited than being in a Barcelos restaurant somewhere in the world and seeing someone try the product for the first time. That's been, that's what drives me and gets me up in the morning. So that's what our mission is at Barcelos, is to just get the product out there and see everyone experience it and enjoy it. So these are some of the concept designs of the outlets that we would like to put up, and just to give you guys a look and feel of the restaurants and sort of a mood board of things that we would use in the stores. And as I mentioned, the strategy for India is going back to our roots, and our learnings over 30 years have allowed us to identify where the brand must be positioned in the market. So our target is small format stores in middle class, high footfall areas, targeting the young crowd who value great quality at reasonable prices. Our emphasis is on being healthier, but equally satisfying, a fast food alternative to big entrenched brands. And we're looking at store footprints of not more than 160 square meters. So this is to reduce your initial CapEx and your future OpEx. And we are looking at championing a fast casual approach to fast food in India by reducing the friction in implementing this system. We'll utilize ordering at the table technology so that customers don't have to queue as they do in fast casual in the US and the UK. And we believe that this approach will endear us with up and coming generation who value speed of service and quality. Who we're looking for? We're looking for regional license partner profile, regional license partners with preferably with previous experience in food and beverage business, direct or indirect, with a strong financial standing, with the ability to invest to open a minimum of 5 stores in a time frame of 3 years, who's ready to build and train an efficient operations team, and has to be focused on hospitality and understanding that delivering the highest levels of product quality, cleanliness, hygiene, customer service, and pleasant ambience. That's all essential to making Barcelos a success. And you would have to have a fair knowledge of cost control and CapEx budgeting, and a good understanding of the franchise business commitments, and a desire to grow with a long-term vision of business expansion and stakeholders' value creation. Thank you for your consideration. So that's a little bit about who we are. And if anybody's got any questions for any of us and would like to know a little bit more, I'm sure any one of us is qualified to answer any of those questions.
Just to summarize what Jared said, it's a great presentation, and we are looking for area developers, people who would come and open up multi-unit stores in the region, largely people who have the same passion and experience, especially if you have experience in F&B and some kind of operations past you have run, or somebody who has extremely strategic locations. Can also apply, because this is all going to be all about location. It's very, very important for the F&B business. And we started to invite applications. Each application would go through a detailed interview process. Once we have done the interview, then I think it will pass it on to Nitin. He will like to speak to the candidate, and once he also feels the candidate has done, then we will take it to Jared and Costa's office for them to review the candidate and the profile. As I said, idea is to really look at, to begin with, one good partner who is really committed to the business and also has all the financial and operational bandwidth to run and support the business. So Venus, over to you for taking up and taking some questions, and maybe you can also take on the behalf of the audience.
Sure.
Is asking for the investments. Are we discussing on the unit investments?
Yes, we are. That's the second part of the presentation. Before I bring the Nikita in, Gaurav, do you want to sort of share with our audience here and with us as well, which markets you think you would want to prioritize as a partner?
India is all markets are chicken markets. Anything which really sells and does well in India is chicken, right? And we have the strong product in chicken and much more flavors than any other competition is doing in the market. So technically, to me, every single market has a phenomenal amount of opportunity, especially with the current model, because it's capex light. It's if you do a comparison with any other QSR brand, chicken brand, without naming any brand, right, our unit would be 1/3 of their costings minimum.
Right.
So we delivering a much greater product, much greater palette, and much greater return on investment. because it's proportionate to what you invest and how you get returns, right? So it's all going to be, and also a better APC, because our food is more indulging. People tend to order multiple dishes. They do family dining. So it really helps you to take the APCs up there. So that really helps the brand to have much greater store sales per square feet and better APCs, as I said. So it's a business model which is very interesting, and I feel it's going to be all markets, and South India is a tremendous market, tremendous market, purely not from just because it's more chicken oriented. It is going to be the infrastructure. So infrastructure is great. So Bangalore alone, we can do 30 stores, and I can tell you that each store to his immediate competition would beat that performance. Similar in Chennai, similar in Hyderabad, but across markets, Delhi NCR is a 40 store market alone. So that's the kind of an opportunity we hold for the brand. So it's a tremendous opportunity, and so we can get started. Yeah. So
great. Thank you so much, Gaurav. I think that's a very important point. We have an established brand, an established product, and an established format. And the opportunity in India is massive. And what we are looking for, and we'll now share unit level financial, are people and partners who can see this vision of ours and as well as Barcelos team to build this scalable brand, but yet a better product, a better format. So that's what we wanted to present today. And I'll bring in Nikita now. And Nikita, and I think Nitin, you would also sort of share the presentation with Nikita in terms of sharing a financials. Nikita, welcome, and thank you for doing this.
Sure. Thank you, Venus. So I'll take this opportunity to introduce everyone to how the financials and the franchise model in the Indian market that we have projected. In terms of the models, if I tell you about it, so we would be introducing two kinds of models. One would be a QSR model, which would be somewhere around 1,200 to 1,500 square feet, which would be a QSR. And the other model which we would like to introduce would be a casual dining experience, which would be somewhere between 1,500 to 2,000 square feet, wherein we'll also introduce a revenue stream in terms of our alcohol, in terms of your draft beers and wine. So let me just share my screen and introduce everyone to the models that we have prepared.
Sure.
All right. So to start with the QSR model, we are projecting an area requirement of around 1,200 square feet, wherein
this is a carpet area, 1,200. Just to remind, if you take in shopping malls, it might be much bigger because your efficiencies are only 65% or lesser. So this is a carpet 1,200 square feet, which is a minimum requirement. If it is higher than that, it's fine, but this is a minimum requirement for a carpet to 1,200, and where we can get complete 1,200 efficiencies. Yeah. Yeah, Nikita.
Okay, thank you. So when we speak about our investment, so the franchise fee we are taking at around 10 lakh rupees. For interior fit out cost, we would be taking around 26 to 27 lakh rupees. Then would be a designing cost introduced. The kitchen equipment would be roughly around 27 to 28 lakh rupees. All the equipment support would be given through the Barcelos, the specific equipment. Then would be your other capex in terms of your sound systems, your POS of systems. Then would be your other expenses for your capex in terms of your uniforms, your fire and safety, housekeeping. The opening expense in terms of your initial inventories that would be required in terms of your food, your disposable packagings and any cutleries, roughly around 7 lakh rupees. The signage, which would be an exterior signage at 2 lakh rupees. Then would be your other expenses in terms of your printing, your launch marketing for 2 lakhs. So what we are projecting as a project cost for a 1200 square feet for a QSR model is somewhere close to 80 lakh rupees. That is the capex associated with a QSR model. The other working capitals and lean deposit. When I speak about the revenues that are projected in terms of what we studied into the Indian market, so for a QSR, we have kept our APCs at around 500 to 600 rupees. The occupancy for a 1200 square feet area, we are considering roughly around 40 seaters for 40 covers. In terms of our cost and goods, those are also very attractive into the market through the brand support and all the SOPs that would be aligned. So our cost of goods is roughly around 33 to 35% into this model. The royalties that the brand is taking is around 7%, keeping all your other expenses as the operational expenses. So what we are projecting is, and also the salaries that would be associated into this model would be roughly around 1.7 to 1.8 lakh rupees. With number of people required is around 9 to 10 into the system. When we speak about our annual revenue, so we are projecting roughly around 2 to 3 lakh rupees of net revenue per month for a QSR model. Keeping into consideration your direct expenses for your cost, your cost of goods, your salaries, and other expenses.
Excuse me, Nikita.
Yes.
Sorry, I'd like to just clarify. You said 2 to 3. It should be not 2 to 3, right? Revenue. You just mentioned revenue. Can you repeat that, please?
Oh, I'm really sorry. That was I interpreted into the dollars. So roughly around 2 to 3 CR would be your yearly revenue.
Annual revenue, yes. Okay. Now better.
Yes. So considering all the expenses, our EBITDA is coming to roughly around 50 to 60 lakh rupees in the first year of operations and improving to around 80 to 90 lakh rupees in the further tenure of the business. So here, our payback period that we project into this system for an investment of roughly around 80 lakh rupees is around 15 to 16 months. So this is a model we are projecting for a QSR platform for around 1200 to 1500 square feet.
And Nikita, do we have the model which is the bigger model which we discussed?
Yes. Yes, we do have.
Please go through that as well.
Sure, I'll do that. This one. Sure. So earlier we presented you the QSR model. Now when we discuss about a model with introduction of a draught beer bar, so we require an area of around 2000 square feet, which would be greater than 1500 square feet that is required. Considering it to be roughly around 2000 square feet, our rentals we are projecting is roughly around 3.5 to 4 lakh rupees. Then seeking an sitting area of roughly around 1200 to 1500 square feet and the other part being a kitchen area. So we are projecting our covers for this model around 70 to 75 covers. In terms of speaking about investment, our franchise fee is about 12 lakh rupees. Our fit out cost is around 40 to 45 lakh rupees as projected. Then would be your expenses in terms of your kitchen equipment, which has been considered at 30 to 35 lakh rupees. Then your sound systems installed into the store, your billing software, your uniforms, housekeeping and fire safety equipment. Then would be your pre-opening expenses for your crockery, cutlery and initial kitchen inventories at around 9 lakh rupees. So keeping in mind all the capex and your launch and marketing for around 3 lakh rupees, since we would also be opting for a beer license, so around 10 lakh rupees could be considered as a license cost. So what we project in terms of reduced is roughly around 1.15 to 1.2 CR for a format with bar. Keeping into mind all your provisions and your lease deposits, consider 50 rupees for your per customer billing. Occupancy is at 70%. In terms of your cost of goods, the food and beverages at 30%, alcoholic beverages at 26 to 27%. Any wastages or pilferage has also been considered as part of the expenses. Considering that we would require around 13 to 15 people in our store, your monthly salaries would come to roughly around 2.5 to 3 lakh rupees. Royalties, as we discussed, at 7%, and then would be your other operational expenses considered into the business. If I speak about your yearly P&L, so around 3 to 3.75 CR, we are considering your annual net revenues in the first year, and then we actually move to higher revenues percentages around 4 to 4.5 CR as well. Then taking out your expenses that we just discussed in terms of your cost of goods, salaries, royalties and other operational expenses, our EBITDA comes to around 82 to 87 lakh rupees for first year of operation, and we improve to 1.2 to 1.3 CR in the next fold of your agreement. So here the payback period, what we are projecting is roughly around 17 to 18 months, where we also considered our license renewals, all your operational expenses. So this would be a model where the investment, we break even in 17 to 18 months on an investment of around 1.1 to 1.2 CR. So these are the two models that we are presenting into the Indian market. If somebody has a question around it.
Sure, Nikita, thank you so much. Nitin, you want to add something there?
Yeah, I think I will say with the regards to P&L, it'll be good, Nikita, if you can also, make a column next to the P&L highlighting the percentage. So in terms of, how much is the net in terms of percentage, also it'll be easier to understand that part. But yes, when it comes to, India market, it's very critical that costs are, well within control. And then that is what our focus because of our previous experience of being there in the market. Now we know how to control the cost and make sure that every area developer will get that benefit from and learn from our experience. And we'll be hands-on on the ground with them. As Mr. Maria mentioned, Mr. Mathis mentioned, that we'll be hands-on for the training of the area developer, as well as the management, the kitchen team, and staff on the floor. So we have ourselves grown from the ground up, and that is where we will be, giving our support to each and every area developer as well as team on the ground.
Absolutely. Very well said, Nitin, and thank you so much, Nikita. So let me try and see if there are any questions. I don't see any questions. So I request people to put their questions up in the Q&A box. I assume you would have a lot of questions. We would, of course, as a follow-up, would share information with you. But this is the time where you can. Oh, Hi, Virendra. Thank you for your question. Chandigarh, please send me the business proposal on my email and WhatsApp. Sure, we would do that, Virendra. Chandigarh is a great market. I think it's the right market for this kind of brand and product. And yeah, do let us know your background. What are you currently doing? And we can share the information. Sharbani will reach out to you right after this session. So I request other members and other audiences also to share with us your questions. Hi, Riddhi Chaudhary. Thank you for your questions. Are we open for Zomato and Swiggy partnership for online delivery? Nitin, you want to touch upon the online part of the business?
Absolutely. Now, post-COVID era, you cannot avoid those two channels, right? So we will definitely be interested, and we are doing this in all our international markets. We are doing with, partner delivery a consolidator as we speak right now. So all those people, yes, we are open for that business.
And that's a good question. So, for any food brand these days, online business and online orders are important. And Fran Global Franchise India and our food teams already have relationships with the two big online platforms and others. And of course, we bring that to the table. And so it will be part of the business. And yes, apart from building a great brand, great stores, we would be delivering online because the product travels well, right, Nitin? The product travels well, and our sauces and everything have great packaging.
Absolutely. We've been doing this delivery for like since we've opened. So yes, product definitely travels well.
Sure. So there is another question. Hi, Surya Priya. Thanks for joining in. And Bangalore, priority market for us. What would be the cost of area developer in Bangalore? So it really is subjective to what kind of development commitment you can make, what background you have currently. So it can be a commitment on like right at the beginning of the relationship, or you can have an escalating development agreement as well. So it really depends. Nikita shared with you, let's say, typical cost of a restaurant. So depends upon if we are, working on a 10 store, 20 store, or a 5 store or 25 store development. As Gaurav mentioned, Bangalore is an important market for you. And as an area master, this will be a very long relationship. It won't be 2 years, 3 years. It will be a 10 plus 10-year relationship at a minimum level. So we need to understand what kind of development commitment you can deliver, and accordingly we'll build a deal which would not be foreign in terms of the numbers. It will be part of the numbers which we have shared with you on a franchise fee, royalty, but everything depends upon the number of development you can commit. So let's say a minimum commitment for development for Bangalore would be at least 25 stores for complete Bangalore. So I guess that's a conversation starter, and then we figure out how we can put this together. We do have some numbers in mind, but I think it really depends upon the scope of the deal. Hi Surya Priya, which type of locality are we searching for opening the store? Gaurav, you want to come in here with regards to Bangalore?
Yeah, sure. So over here, the area franchise structure. Look, in a business of area franchise or a master franchise, it doesn't work like that. I mean, we jumping the discussions, and we would like to see the candidate. We like to see what is your plan, what is your background, what are you trying to bring in, what do you see as an opportunity. You need to take few steps first to understand the business well, the brand well, before we start jumping on return on capital and investments and so on and so forth. So I have believed the most successful partners I have got in my journey of 27 years have actually come with a plan. They gave us a plan that, look, I believe in the business, I believe in the brand. I want to do 25 stores, I want to do 30 stores, and then we go talking. So I might be a little straight, but we don't want to talk just like this because it's a prestigious brand. As I said in the start, we would like to see an applications coming in. We need to see the profile of an investor or a brand owner, the profile of a franchisee before we start jumping on that. And I've taken personally responsibility to put my next 3 months on this selection because we want to go into deep. If we like your profile, I'll especially fly down to meet you, spend maybe a day with you, draw a detailed plan with you. And not only the legacy of the brand is coming, it's also Franchise India's experience of last 27 years of building some greatest brands in this country. We will bring everything behind you and help you to achieve great results because it's a collective responsibility for us to do our best and to create great results, great product, and service the consumers the best. So I will not like this forum at this stage to be a point of discussion for the area franchise. We will like to discuss this more one-on-one when we have the application. Sure. And so we are inviting applications. You can reach out to Sharbani. She will be happy to take your application, share your detailed profile. Give us what you do, what is your background, how soon you want to do, what is your liquidity, what is your financial capability at this stage. Something which can excite us. Then we will reach out to you and you can get our full attention and a detailed business plan. I'll even invite Nitin to come, especially to fly down from Dubai. He's just a 3-hour flight from there. And this is also his priority. We both were there. We will sit down with you. We'll draw a plan. Even if you have to request Jared to come for location approval, if you have some compelling location, we will request him also to come down. So we'll put our best effort forward. I always say that if you're serious about the opportunity, we are serious about you. So we'll do whatever needs to be done to make sure that you are given all the information.
Sure, Gaurav. Before you go, there's another question. Are we open to cities like Coimbatore?
Yeah, as I said, we are open to Coimbatore. Coimbatore is a great market. We've done a lot of business in Coimbatore. But I would like to see myself first in Chennai and then go to Coimbatore.
Okay.
And it can be done simultaneously because we're talking to multiple people. But certainly, we have some filters which we would need to work through. And area franchise, friends, is not like a unit franchise. This has a different thing. Unit franchise are operators. We are looking for area developers who bring much more long-term viewpoint on the opportunity, capability development. And if you are that, and if you really feel that this is going to be your serious investment, a long-term business where you can build value, then you need to sit down with us and we have a detailed discussion on this.
No, I think that makes sense. Thank you, Gaurav. And before I summarize the session, Costa, anything you want to add?
Thank you, Venus. I'm just sitting listening in awe at the absolute amount of experience that Gaurav explains and the opportunities that exist in India. It's just so amazing to see that such opportunity is in the hands of professionals, long-standing players. Franchise India, 27 years in the making, us as close as 30 years in the making. So for the investor and for that franchisee out there, I think he is in very good hands. His investment should be safe. What we do need, of course, is the commitment, as Gaurav said, from the individual to bring a lot more than just money to the table. We need commitment, we need love and passion for what we do together with us so that it can be beneficial, not only for the franchisee and the investor, but that each customer on the ground, each consumer appreciates how he's looked after from a food perspective, from a quality perspective, and equally from a service perspective, and to be associated with a brand that can grow to multiple scales in India. So thanks to the team once again, Gaurav, you and your esteemed team, thank you very much. So I look forward to the way to the route forward. I noticed Gaurav spoke about Nitin and Jared being there. Well, I'm going to be close on their heels and I'm going to be there with you guys as well. So thank you very much for the presentation to you, Venus, and the team, Nikita and Shabani. Thanks a lot. And I look forward to seeing you soon in India.
Absolutely, Costa. We look forward as well. Jared and Nitin, your few words before I hand it back to Harshika.
Just want to thank everybody for joining us and hearing about us and listening to all the people talk about Barcelos. It's very exciting, and we look forward to meeting prospective franchisees, and as said, we'll be there to hold their hands and make sure that we make Barcelos a success in India. So we just want to reiterate that we are here to support, and we have the experience behind us, and we just need to find the right partners that we can work together with to make Barcelos into a big deal in India.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jared. Nitin.
So thank you, Venus. Thank you, everyone. I would like to just reiterate what everyone has said, that this is a great opportunity. And, sitting outside India, we do hear everything about how next decade and next 2 decades will be India's decade. So I think anybody who believes in that, and I think there will be a tremendous growth opportunity. India's, GDP is growing, disposable income is growing. So we really think that India market for next 15 to 20 years will be great market to be invested and try out new products. And I think this is one of the great opportunity for new investors and operators on the ground.
Thank you so much. Gaurav, before we go.
So thank you, Costa, thank you, Jared, thank you, Nitin, for taking time out and believing on us and India. And no, it's sometimes from outside looks very difficult market, and it is. But I can assure you that we will bring our best effort there to make sure that it's most loved brand in the marketplace. And you should be proud of what we execute on the business. And so look forward to have you, Costa. It'll be great if we are able to get our first partner, and that time around we'd like to invite you, because bringing you on, especially to India, is a big responsibility, at least for me. So I want to make sure that I do some good work to get you in India.
Thank you very much, Gaurav. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thanks,
Barcelos team, I'm glad that you could join. Gaurav, again, thanks a lot that you were able to give us your time. Nikita Sharbani, again, thanks a lot. So you heard this. So you have an understanding of the brand right from the founders and of course people who are operating the brand globally, and of course us as partners with them. I hope we have been able to share what we want to build. So we'll have a word and see if this is a good alignment. If it is, then we would talk and then accordingly take it back to Gaurav, Nitin. For us, this is a long-term vision, long-term business, and we look forward to hear from you. So again, I want to thank everyone who joined in for the whole hour, our audiences who will watch it now or later. And thanks to Barcelos team and Franchise India and Frank Global team. Thanks a lot. And
Thank you very much,
back
Venus.
to my colleague
Thank you,
Harshika.
Venus.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you everyone for joining today's webinar. It was a great presentation and wonderful discussion about the brand Barcelos. Friends, for more detail and to do the one-on-one discussion about the brand, for more about the investment and how you can start this brand in your location, you can do reach us on our hotline number 9717683838. Franchise India, bringing a great brand, come from the origin of Bangalore. That's the Scrummy's Burger, India's first smash burger brand from Bangalore. Currently looking for 3 models: kiosk, QSR, and cafe. For more details, registration link shared over the chat box. Also, you can call us on our hotline number for more details about this brand. Thank you everyone for joining today's webinar.